I'm going to go over some basic points and I'm going to give you 2 questions which you will take the next hour, hour and a half to finish and submit well before 5 p.m. Should not take you longer than that. And so good thing is you're conserving data also. You will get your instructions in one go, then you will go on to do your work. Okay. I'm going to start sharing my screen now. Please pay attention. Please show a thumbs up if you can see the screen clearly. Just 1 minute. Okay. I can see 4 people showing thumbs up. Wonderful. Good to see you, Ankit. Chanda, I'd like to hear from you a little bit. Karina, Prachi, please. Prachi has been active. But yes, do respond. Thank you, Prachi.
Yes, miss.
Yeah. Okay. So, I'm going to get right to it. Okay. You have done letter writing. I'm going to keep my chat open. Please tell me what are the 2 types of letters that you have learned how to write. 2 types of letters. Very good and very quick also. Thank you, Karthik, Prachi, Aarti. Sandhya, you've mentioned only one type. What is the other type? Yes, thank you, Karina, Chanda.
Formal letter and informal letter.
Thank you for your answer, Ankit, but I will prefer if you raise your hand and wait for me to tell you to answer. No problem. Thank you all for answering. Formal and informal are the 2 types of letters that you have learned to write. Okay. I am also going to be discussing these 2 with you. So I don't have to teach it to you once again. I'm only going to go over some important points. I have shared a document in the afternoon folder that Sir will share with you after this call. In that folder, in that document, you will be able to see what I'm sharing right now. So I'm sharing that document on my screen right now. You will see the title. First, you are looking at formal letter. The first topic that I am discussing is formal letter. Then you will see a question, a letter writing question that you will be answering, which means that you will be writing a letter using the information given in this question. I'm going to read this out for you first and then go on to explain the steps. Write a formal letter to the local municipal corporator highlighting a problem that your locality is area, that your locality is facing, and also suggest a solution to that problem. Request support and action to be taken to solve the problem. Okay, there are multiple elements to the question, right? So what you need to be able to do is break down the question, look at it, read it carefully, slowly, and see what are the different things that are expected from you in the question. Number 1. Okay, before you start writing, have 1 page just to do your rough work, and it should not be the last page of any book. It should not be your hand. It should not be anything else. Use a nice fresh page, and rough work does not be untidy. It is best if it is neat, right? Write on the top, letter writing, formal letter, rough. And first, just put down your thoughts about the question. What are the different things being asked? Highlight the main points and then begin writing. Now, the format to follow for a formal letter is this. It is what the SSC board calls the block format. And as you can see, everything in this format is aligned to the left, means it is all towards the left side. It starts from the left. There is nothing starting from the middle of a line or from the right hand side of a line like we would write Urdu, or just the direction. It's not all sticking to the right or the middle. It is everything starts from the left. The format requires you to goes like this. First, there's the sender's address. Then wherever you see a gap, there you would leave a line. And the reason for this is not anything else, but just for neatness. So if there are questions like, is it okay if we don't leave a line and things like that? Yes, it is always okay. But as long as your work is neat, you are not, nothing is such a hard requirement of you. The main thing is that your work should be neat, right? The more spaced out it is, the neater it looks. So the first thing is your address, the sender's address. So that is you are the sender. So first your address. Second is the date. There is a certain format that needs to be followed for the date, which you can see the way I have written it. Then the receiver's address, the person to whom you are writing. It starts with their name or the designation. Designation means the position that they hold in a particular organization or office. So if you're writing to the corporator, you may not directly write the name. You will write to the corporator, comma, and then you write. Okay. Then you leave a line and you write the subject. When I say not more than 2 lines, what I mean is that it should not take up more than 6-7 words. 2 lines in the sense it can't be a paragraph. In whatever your handwriting is, it should not cover more than 2 lines, just because that way it is an indicator that it has to be concise. It has to be short and crisp. The person reading it must be able to understand what your letter is about without reading your full letter, even if they choose not to. Okay. Then, respected sir or madam, your salutation, your introduction, where you will expand on the subject. Now, what to write in the introduction? You have to always refer back to your question and see what they are asking. And depending on that, you will write your introduction. The body will, the body will include cause, effect, remedy. What is the problem you're talking about if there is one? What is the issue you're highlighting? What is the result of that issue, the consequence? And what remedy or what solution are you seeking for this problem? Finally, your conclusion. Then you will sign off, yours faithfully or yours sincerely, with a comma, and your name and surname. Okay. This is the general formal letter, the format for formal letter. You are free to refer to this. In fact, you should refer to this while you are writing. The idea is to take your time, but to write it neatly and correctly. Okay. If you are okay so far, then I will go on to explain the informal letter. Please show a thumbs up if you are ready to move ahead. If you have any questions, I'm looking at the chat. I will address it. Okay. 6 people are ready. I'm going to wait for 1-2 more. Yeah. Okay. We're good to go. So now you come to your informal letter. The question is, write an informal letter to your future self. Now I have chosen this for no other reason except that we have recently done a poem which talks about the different stages of life. Based on that poem, if we were to consider which stage of life you are in right now, I would say you are in the 3rd stage of life, the lover, right? Your teenage, your adolescence, you will soon become adults. And therefore, I have chosen write a informal letter to your future self, wherein you can choose to write to yourself in your 4th stage, the stage of a soldier, your working age, right? So the question continues. You can express whatever you would like to tell yourself 5 years from now. So 5 years from now, you will be in your working age, you will be in the stage of the soldier. And so I'm just trying to give you a connection to the poem that you have studied and a way to talk to yourself at that stage. The format is a little bit different, right? Here we will only write one address, not both. You will only write your address, the sender's address. 1 second. I was just speaking to one of the teachers. Okay. So the format looks a little bit different. Here there will only be the sender's address, where the address format is the same as before. You leave a line, there will be the date, same as before. Instead of respected or a designation or respected sir or madam, since it's an informal letter, you will write dear. Okay. Now, usually, sometimes it so happens that the information of who are you writing the letter to will be sometimes given in the question for some of the questions that you may see in your semester exams or prelim exams or board exam even. But in some questions, it's not necessary that it's given. Here I have said future self, so you write your name. Okay. So if Aarti were writing it, she will write dear Aarti, comma. Okay. Your introduction, what is the purpose of this letter? You write that. Then the body will have details and will expand on the purpose that you have written in the introduction. Then your conclusion, where you will end it cohesively. Yours lovingly and your name. The format is a great way to check one more important thing, the punctuations. The format is a great way for you to make sure that you are writing the correct punctuations at the end of the address or the date or even the closing, yours lovingly, comma, name, full stop. Okay. So you must refer to the format at every step while you are writing the letter until a point when you don't need to refer to it anymore. If you scroll down, you will see the mark distribution for letter writing. It is as follows. There is there's a slight difference actually. Just 1 second. So there's 2 marks for format, 2 marks for content, and 1 for language. I have written in the brackets what each of these marks, what will be checked in before giving each of these marks. Okay. So this is just for your reference to know what are the different elements that should be there, that should be present in your letter from the examiner's point of view. From the reader's point of view, what are the different things that should be present in a letter for it to be considered, a good, complete, coherent letter. This distribution, of course, is from the exam point of view. So the format especially has a lot of elements that you should take care of, which are mainly, if you follow the formats given here, you will not have any problem getting 2 marks there. The content will require you to make sure that your topic, the letter that you are writing, is connected to the topic given. The purpose is met. It does not start and end without any head or tail, that it is actually starting with an introduction and ending with a conclusion, and it's not abrupt or sudden. And the language element, we look at grammar, the sentence structure, the punctuation marks, vocabulary, appropriateness of the words, right? I don't know if you have been told, but even in an informal letter, even though informal letters are written to family and friends, it is not advised. In fact, it is discouraged that you use words like you use words in a short form, the way we use it in sometimes texting language, as people call it, right? You are still expected to write full and complete words as they are used in the English language. Guys with a Z and hi with 2, 3 I's. No, those are not things that are appreciated or expected from you. So please make sure that you stay away from anything that is too colloquial or too informal, because informal letter only means that the language and tone can be a little more friendly, but other than that, the language rules of writing in English should be maintained and the language must be respected in that regard. Okay, if we scroll down from the mark distribution further, you will see I've put in a few key points to remember. What I have actually made is a do's and don'ts lists, which means whenever you are reading the everything on the left column, those are things that you should do, and everything in the right column, the red column, are things that you don't do. So every time when you are reading a point, you have to read it with either the word do or the word don't. So for example, do keep all elements of the letter left aligned. Make sure everything is to the left. And if I were to read a don't point, it will be don't write the word date. Don't write date before writing the date. Don't write an email address or phone number in the closing. Don't write XYZ in place of name. Don't put an apostrophe in yours. Now, if you don't read the don't sentences with the word don't, it will look like instructions of things you should do. So be very careful to read it with the title of the column. अगर आप don't नहीं पढ़ोगे तो आपको ऐसा लगेगा कि वो करना है. For example, point number 2 here, write an email address or phone number. So you will end up writing an email address or phone number. Okay. So remember to read it with the word don't. Don't write an email address or phone number. Don't put a comma after dear. Don't put a signature. Is this clear to everybody? Show me with a thumbs up if this is clear and it makes sense. You are understanding what is being told. I am seeing 3 people showing a thumbs up. Ankit, Chand, Chanda. Ankit, I'm very happy to see that you have understood my instructions clearly. Sandhya is also showing me a thumbs up. Then who else? Karthik, Khadija, Prachi, Muskan, and Sania. Karthik. Artik, thank you. If you have any questions, please put it in the chat, because here we have come to the end of this document. After this, I have already sent it to your Google Drive folder. Sir will share it with you. You will write your letters before 5 o'clock. You will complete both the formal and the informal letter. Each letter will be starting on a new page. Even if one line is flowing into the next page, please start the next letter on a new page. We should try as much as possible to gauge, to एक अंदाजा लगाना चाहिए कि how I should place my address and my closing if my letter is going to be 150 to like somewhere 120 to 150 words long. There is no specified number of letters, there is a number of words, sorry, that you need to use. It is the main idea has to be communicated. मेन आइडिया ऑफ द लेटर को कम्युनिकेट करने के लिए जितने भी सेंटेंसेस आपको लगते हैं आप यूज करिए. डोंट बीट अराउंड द बुश, डोंट स्पीक अबाउट थिंग्स दैट आर नॉट रेलेवेंट टू द टॉपिक. Until you do follow all of these instructions, you are safe, you are doing well. The letter will be relevant and readable and useful to the reader. Okay, I don't have any more instructions. The next thing is to receive the document and to start writing the letter. Do write the question in the actually you don't need to write the question, just a thing for your reference. If you ever want to look back on the letter, you should know what was the question given, because you may lose the PDF, you may not have access to it. So I would suggest you write the question just to have it as reference for yourself. Okay, do you have any questions at this point? Miss, you will be giving topic. Ankit Gupta, the topic is already in this document. The topic is over here. For formal letter, the topic is given in this box where I've written Q, which stands for question. And for informal letter, again, it is given in this box. Chand has no questions. I have no more.